I'm Mr. Grindler.
And I'm Mrs. Grindler.
And this is Grindlers Creatures. And welcome back to another episode of Grindlers Creatures. But on today's episode, it's just me, Mr. Grindler. And today, I'm going to be showing you a Chilobrachys Huahini. But this isn't just any Chilobrachys Huahini. This one has a very special meaning to me. And it goes back a long time, if I'm honest, because a lot's gone on with it. So let's have a little recap all about this Chilobrachys Huahini. And for those of you that have forgotten, you know, this is the Huahini that's escaped twice, and it had a molt, and it ended up losing one of its legs. But the reason that I'm actually showing you all of this today is because she's actually molted, and I've got some good news. So let's have a look at that little recap. So to kick this video off, we're going to go back to when she first laid her egg sac, and I still can't believe I managed to capture this on camera. And next up, we're going to have a look at when we pulled her egg sac. It is on the table, ready to go. She is currently right there, as you can see, sitting on top of that egg sac. Let's have a look from down here. Just look at the size of that sac. She's got a big sac, alright? She's got a very big sac, and she's actually... well, she's let go of the sac. She's let go of the sac. Are you literally leaving that sac? Is this some kind of miracle? Holy hell. And next I'll show you when my Huahini escaped the second time. It is a bit of a mad one, and I'll tell you, it is absolutely nuts. So obviously, as you guys know, it's a whole new room, which is, you know, just so we've got Craig's spiders, we got my spiders, but on today's episode we've also got a loose Chilobrachys Huahini, and that is correct. So I've just come in here, I've sat down, I've got on the computer, and I've literally just looked beside me, and well, have a look at this. The lid's off, and there is no Huahini inside, and it's got out a tiny little gap, and this is definitely my own fault. Like 100% my own fault, like, yeah. And to finish it off, we're going to have a look at when she last molted. And this was when she ended up losing her leg. So if you look close enough, you can actually see where her back leg is actually stuck inside her old molt. And this is what the molt looked like after. That leg is yeah, it's pretty gross. So yeah, what a journey it's been with this tarantula. One of my tarantulas out of hundreds. And I've been on journeys with many more. Sounds a bit weird calling it a journey, but I'll see it as a journey. So yeah, as I was saying, this tarantula has actually molted, and it's time to have a look at its leg. But what do I show you first? Do I show you the molt, or do I show you the actual tarantula? You know, she's hardened up now, so I'm going to be able to feed her as well. So I think today it's going to be an exciting episode. Let's have a look at the molt first, actually. It's quite interesting. So let me grab the camera and we'll have a look at it. So here's the molt just down here. Give it a little zoom. And it's just your standard brown tarantula. But this standard brown tarantula is in fact an old world. You know, Chilobrachys, I absolutely adore Chilobrachys. It's actually a genus that I got into I got into them pretty early on in the hobby. I think the first Chilobrachys I ever got was a Chilobrachys fimbriatus, and was that the female that I've kept? I think I had one before. Pretty sure I did. Or maybe that is my female. Maybe that was my first Chilobrachys fimbriatus. Regardless, I don't remember. But yeah, here's the molt just down here, and let me zoom in on the other camera quick. So, if we turn this over, cool. First of all, look at them fangs. Look at them, that's some big old fangs. But if we have a look at where the foot was, so I've had to put it on the Sony lens cap just so you can see where the leg was missing. And if we go around here quick, you can see it just there. It's gone like a bit black. Really weird. But that was quite a long time ago when this girl molted. And she has finally molted out, and I can happily say that her leg has grown back. I haven't had a proper look just yet, but it hasn't grown back properly, but it does take a couple molts, especially at her size. So this isn't my biggest Chilobrachys Huahini. I've got one that's just a bit bigger. I might show you that later on in the video actually. But let's have a look at the tank. Let's actually have a look at the Chilobrachys Huahini. But first of all, let's have a look at them fangs one last time. Just look at the size of them. Absolute beast. So yeah, let's actually have a look at the Tarantula now. Let me get her down on the Lazy Susan. So here's the tank, just here, and you guys should remember this, especially because you just watched a recap. But yeah, I was talking about, obviously I need to get her out of this enclosure, and you know, when she molted and lost her leg, I thought, you know what, I can secure this lid myself. She's not going to get out again. You know, I just added all weights on top of it just so she can't get out. There was a big old crack on the top, so that worried me a little bit, but I didn't really want to rehouse her while her leg was like that. I thought it was just best just to leave her alone. You know, like minimal contact, just feeding her, just filling up her water dish, and that's it. Other than that, you know, don't take any videos, don't take any photos. I haven't recorded a single feed actually since she molted. Maybe when she first molted out. But other than that, just minimal contact. And now that she's molted, obviously she's hardened up now, we're going to feed her today. But later on, not in this video, down the line on the channel, you will see the rehouse for this girl, because I'm probably planning to do it about next week. When I release it though, I don't know, because yeah, I've got a couple things in the line. Let's get the lid off. Let's see if we can see this girl, shall we? She ain't escaping this time, I'll tell you that. But there she is, just down there. So I was thinking, if I can chuck some food just there, might be able to draw her out. We can have a little look at her leg, because that's what this video is all about. So let me set the stuff up. Let's see if we can see it. So this is really good news. You know, you can tell that the leg isn't as big as the other one, but it's growing back, and I think with one more molt should be spot on again. What a journey this girl has gone on. You know, the egg sac, the escaping, the molt. It's absolutely crazy. Like I said, this is just one tarantula out of hundreds. Absolutely brilliant. So before I put this tank away, I just wanted to show you whereabouts it's actually been like living the past, well, it's been living in the enclosure. But if you look just behind here, so obviously you can see the tarantula just there, but just behind here, this whole webbed up area behind all this cork bark, it's basically comes around here, goes behind there, and it just chills there. So this tarantula hasn't really dug in this enclosure. If you guys remember, I did, oh my god, let me turn it down. If you guys remember, I did make a little starter burrow, like starter hole just down there, the burrow, and it just didn't use it. Instead, it wanted to use behind here. So I think the next time I rehouse this, it is going to be in a, you know, semi-fossorial terrestrial setup, just like this one is, to be fair. This has got plenty of room to roam around, but it's going to be in a glass enclosure, terrestrial style. I think that would be good. And that is all the footage for today's episode. So I really do hope you enjoyed this episode. A nice little recap, nice little update for this Chilobrachys Huahini. And I'm pretty sure we named her last time. I'm going to have to go back on a video, because if we have, we've got to do a new label, stick that on the enclosure. I'm pretty sure we did. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. So if you could like, comment and share, that would be absolutely great. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon so you're notified of when we upload next. And don't forget to check down the description for the link tree. It's got all our social medias on there. It's free to support this channel. But Mr. Grindler's down here. Mrs. Grindler's not here today. So I'll say bye on her behalf as well. And so are our creatures. Have a great week, guys. You all deserve it. Peace.